Glad to have you with us in the studio. I'm Reese Davis, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Always great to get off to a good start in conference play. Time for some early season action in the ACC. Thanks for joining us here on the NCAA College Football pregame show. Now let's send it out to Brad and Kirk for all the action. We'll see you at the half.
Welcome to Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, proud home of the Florida State Seminoles since 1950. And now it's time for the coin toss, and it's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Florida State has lined up for the kickoff, and we're ready to get this one underway. He sends this one deep. He's to the 20. Well, this offense is going to look to quiet this crowd down. Their big play wide receiver taking the field for the first time. And Bush's talents are about to be on full display. We've been waiting for this, Kirk.
And Brad, as you know, this guy is so talented. He can quiet this crowd all by himself here early on. So I'd expect to see this offense try to look for ways to get him the football and see if he can have some success early to see if he can quiet the crowd by himself.
And he's taken down at the 34-yard line.
Anytime this guy carries the ball and gets a little space, we could be talking about 6.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line. Gets it out quickly. He's at midfield, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 50.
Getting him the ball in the passing game creates real havoc for the defense. There aren't many linebackers who can stay with him in coverage, that's for sure.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 50. They'll bring him down around the 41-yard line.
The quarterback and his receiver make a great play here and convert on an early down.
From the 41-yard line, 2nd down. Throws it in a hurry. He's tackled around the 30-yard line.
Good job here by the receiver to look the ball in and ensure he had possession. That's the right way to catch a pass.
Stay with your man. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Makes the catch, and look out. Tackle made at the 17-yard line.
You've got to play with that kind of purpose to move the ball against this defense.
First and 10. Ball on the 17. gets out to about the 15-yard line.
Gain of 2 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
And he just gets rid of it.
Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough to force a bad pass. If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting the ball to his playmakers.
It's 3rd and 7. Ball on the 15-yard line. They'll spread the field here. Let's see what the defense does with a 5-wide outlook. Makes a catch, and he's got nowhere to go. The man defense proves to be too tough against the screen.
That was an excellent job by the defenders. They fought off their blocks and found the ball before the play had a chance to develop.
Clemson could take the lead with this field goal. The kick is up, and it splits the uprights.
And you got to think they're pretty happy with holding them to a field goal right there.
Chandler has the ball set, and he looks ready to kick this one deep. He really got a hold of that kick. Got the corner. And they push him out around the 29-yard line. So here comes the offense taking the field for the first time today.
Let's go, let's go.
Hey, kill!
And down he goes at the 39.
That makes it 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 39. Pulls down the catch, and he's got room here. And he's level at the 48. With the pass, incomplete.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 48-yard line. Finds his man, and they take him down immediately.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Fires quick. He's got another one.
The quarterback did an excellent job of recognizing the Mike linebacker on the blitz. He hung in there, delivered the pass, and his receiver made a good catch to move the sticks.
From the 28-yard line, it's 1st down. And they'll bring him down behind the line. Just nowhere for the ball carrier to go as the linebacker met him in the backfield.
Boy, what great player recognition by this linebacker. He saw the run was coming, and he just shot through the gap and made a great tackle.
Gets it. He's in space. Inside the 10. And he's all the way in for the touchdown. And he converts the extra point. A 7-play, 71-yard drive. And they come away with 7 points.
You know, when you can throw the football as well as these guys can, you don't necessarily always have to have a balanced attack because you're so proficient in throwing the ball.
So the score now, 7-3. He's to the 20. They'll bring him down at the 30-yard line.
Kickoff return, 30 yards.
You never like to have to play from behind, but a deficit this manageable shouldn't be in the front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play. And they got him for a loss. From their own 27-yard line, it's second down. He's to the 40, gains his way to the 43-yard line.
You love having this kind of weapon. You already know what kind of damage he can cause in the passing game, and here you can see what he can do when you hand the ball off to him.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 43.
Check that. We don't like 2 for 2 right here. Let's go one more. Check 3.
He fights forward to about the 46.
That's a gain of 3 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
It's 2nd down, 7 to go. Ball on their own 46. He gets hit out of bounds at the 40.
That's a gain of 14 yards on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 40. So the designed quarterback run goes for about 3 yards on the play.
Well, this corner isn't the biggest guy on the field, but he made a nice tackle there.
Watch the curl. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Zips it right. Brought down at the 6.
Well, I tell you, these guys have some skilled players who can make things happen. They picked up an enormous amount of real estate on that play.
And the big pickup through the air has made it 1st and goal.
Check 9.
And they get him in the backfield for a loss.
That is just a great play getting into the backfield. This guy is so quick that the ball carrier never had a chance.
This is the 8th play of this drive. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. That makes it 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd and goal from the 1. And can they take the lead, or will the defense come up big? Really a tough spot for an offense to be in against this crowd in this stadium. Touchdown, Clemson! Trying to go up by 3. They'll kick the extra point. He splits the uprights with the extra point. Clemson lines up for the kickoff. Excellent kick. He's to the 20, and he has it on the corner. He's knocked out of bounds right around the 24-yard line. Six points and a pretty display of passing was a result of their last drive. Kirk, do you expect the defense to take a different approach here?
When this quarterback is on, he is on. It already seems like whatever this defense is trying just isn't working. But maybe if they add just a little bit more pressure, then they might be able to force them into a mistake.
Touchdown, FSU! And he adds the extra point. We've played one quarter. Florida State leads 14-10. Florida State to kick. Sends it sailing downfield. He's to the 20. And he makes it out to about the 24-yard line.
Right, this has been a great game to watch. A lot of competitive spirit out there. The offenses seem to be going up and down the field. Back and forth we go. I think the winner will be which defense can make that pivotal stop to secure a victory.
And we welcome you back to the action here, and we have got a tight one going on in quarter number 2. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. Pitches it. He's got the corner. He's to the 40. Across midfield. At the 30. To the 20. The 10. Touchdown, Tigers.
That was simply sensational running, and it shows you what kinds of major things can happen when you have a good ground game.
So the kicker will line up here and try to give his team a 3-point lead with this extra point. Clemson with a 2-point advantage. He makes the PAT. Chandler gets set to kick this one away. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's pushed out of bounds around the 27-yard line. Well, somebody needs to send a memo to the defenses that it's okay to tackle somebody or stop somebody. Really good offense, really bad defense. Momentum swings have been fairly even, and with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. Wears it out to the right to the halfback. Knocked out of bounds right around the 26-yard line.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
From their own 26-yard line. 2nd down. Quick strike to the receiver. Tackle at the 34. Taken down at the 38. Fires across the middle. From their own 38-yard line. 1st down. He makes it out to maybe the 39-yard line.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
throw. And they make the stop at the 49. From their own 49-yard line. First down. Fires it out. And he's tackled around the 36-yard line. From the 36-yard line, it's first down. Gives it left side. They'll bring him down at the 34-yard line.
Gain of 2 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 8.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
Third down now, and they need to get it to the 26.
Four down. Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53.
Looking for his man, incomplete.
Terrific coverage, and when you clog up passing lanes like that, you can force a quarterback to make some poor decisions. Almost got themselves a turnover, too.
Man left. Four down. Let's go.
This is kind of a surprising call right here by the coach. This is an obvious punting situation. And he's taken down at the 25. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. Dumps it complete over the middle. Tackle made at about the 15-yard line. This is the 12th play of this drive. Robinson comes away with 5 yards on the carry.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
We've got a 2nd and 5. Ball on the 10-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
End zone touchdown. And he tacks on the extra point. It was a 13-play, 73-yard drive, and they come away with a touchdown. The score now, 21-17. Brown is lined up to kick this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance. He's to the 20. And we see this offense again after what you, Kirk, called a very physical touchdown drive.
Well, I say that, Brad, because the big hog mollies up front were able to create holes for the running game, and it helped them get the score. Let's see if they can do it again.
He's tackled at about the 27-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
From their own 27-yard line. 2nd down. Quick throw, almost intercepted.
It's an intelligent play by the defender. All you have to do sometimes is get your hand on the ball.
I don't know if they'll be able to hear his cadence in the midst of all this mayhem. Complete across the middle. And down he goes at the 44-yard line.
Campbell with the tackle at the 44-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Ball on the 44-yard line. 5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun. They'll give it off here. That's a great tackle at the 32-yard line.
Gain of 12 yards. 1st down.
He's at the 20. Inside the 10. And he's all the way in for the touchdown. The Tigers are looking for some new players to step up this season, Herbie. You know, every team needs a new star to be born year in and year out because you lose a fifth of your roster to graduation every year. Trying to go up by 3. They'll kick the extra point. Clemson is up 2. And he converts the extra point. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He just drills this one. He's to the 10. Heading for the corner. Across the 30. And they bring him down at the 49-yard line. The offense really came up with a nice drive there last time out, and most of those yards came through the air.
This defense needs to improve from front to back. The line needs to put more pressure on the quarterback, and the defensive backs need to stick it to these receivers with tighter coverage.
Great pressure on the quarterback forced that incompletion.
Boy, they really pounded him on that throw.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 49-yard line. 2nd down.
4 down, 4 down. Let's go.
They try running left, and they got him for a loss.
That is a loss of 2 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 13.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike. Yeah.
Fires in a hurry. Interception. He's at the 40. To the 10. He'll take it all the way for the touchdown. And he hits the PAT. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He sends this one deep. He's to the 10. He's to the 20. Tackle at the 28-yard line. Well, a high-scoring game. This one's been up and down the field. Soon we're going back to the studios, and that means Reese and David Pollack, and I don't know if either one of them can explain this thing.
No, I think we may have to expand the halftime to give them enough time to be able to break down what just occurred in these first 30 minutes of football.
I'm not sure either one of them are smart enough to break this down. Brought down at the 47-yard line.
Talking with the offensive coordinator this week, he told us that he has a lot of confidence in his quarterback to make good decisions. And when he feels like he has an opportunity to put the ball up, he knows the receivers that he can count on to be able to make big plays. That's another example. The receiver goes up into traffic and makes a big play for a first down.
He lets it go. Complete. It's the junior. Nice move, and he scores. Here's the point after to try to cut this to a 3-point game. He splits the uprights with the extra point. A quick 2-play, 72-yard drive, and that's good for a touchdown.
Boy, that is scoring in a hurry. This offense is looking more and more explosive.
So the score now, 31-28. He really got a hold of that kick. Tackle made at the 20. Clemson's game plan couldn't have imagined things to go this well. They've scored 24 points in a row. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. Clemson is up a field goal. And he tackles him hard at the 13.
Oh, that is a big hit on the quarterback. That's one of those as an offensive lineman, when the film study starts to come around, you're going to kind of sink in your chair and just hope they don't call you out because you're going to get embarrassed on Monday.
Defense looking for another sack in this 2nd down and long situation. And he's hit immediately.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do. They don't want to know. They don't want to know.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Really a tough spot for an offense to be in against this crowd in this stadium. And he makes it out to about the 27-yard line.
I think the play call was the right one by the offense. I just think the defense made a better play. They seem to want it more here on this big 3rd down. Offense comes up a little bit short to set up a 4th down, but give all the credit to the personnel on the defensive side of the ball.
Anthony is back awaiting the punt. He's to the 40. Oh, what a hit.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Still first down.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 44.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Going deep, lays it out there. Picked off. It's the ball-hawking senior.
The quarterback has made some really careless throws, but you got to also give credit to the defense for being able to clean up the mess and create the turnovers.
Time right. 4 down. Mike 52, Mike 52.
Clemson has a 3-point lead.
Switch. Blue 19. Blue 19.
Takes it up the middle for a nice run. Great game in the works, folks, as we come to the end of the first half. Well, the Tigers with a 3-point lead.
We've played 30 minutes. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation.
All right, Reese, David, thanks, guys. Just about set to start the third quarter. Excellent kick. And down he goes at the 21-yard line.
Nice play, baby, nice play.
This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense.
Boy, the defense has to be very frustrated there. They did everything. They got to the quarterback. In fact, it looked like they had a chance to bring him down for the sack, and somehow he's able to throw the ball away.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 21. He's wrapped up for the sack.
That is a loss of 7 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
I can't believe they let you play.
They come out in a 5-wide set.
Let's go.
He's taken down at the 31-yard line.
That makes it 4th and inches.
Looks like they've decided to go for it here.
Let's go. Hey, we got
Tackle at the 41.
Super effort by the tailback to pick up a nice gain and a first down. He's really a good-looking ball carrier.
Tackled outside after a nice pickup.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's second down, 6 to go. Ball on their own 45. And he makes it out to about the 47-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. Griffith is in at quarterback.
Roger. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
He's into the open field. He's at the 40. It's on a move. Touchdown. And he adds the extra point. Florida State kick this one off. Sends it sailing downfield. He's to the 20. He's taken down at the 27-yard line. There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing. Gets out to around the 35.
That's a gain of 8 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 2.
It's 2nd down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks.
Check 26, check 26. He's checking.
Throws left, picked off. Got some open field. And they'll return this one all the way. Touchdown, Seminoles.
How about the play by the defender? That was a great interception and an even better effort to bring the ball back for a touchdown.
He makes the PAT. Brown has the ball all teed up, and he's ready to kick this one off. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 20. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. So the offense will come back out onto the field, hoping for a little better result than that last pick 6.
This quarterback needs to be a little bit more careful because this defense is excellent on capitalizing off of mistakes.
And he hits him hard at the 35.
Right on the tackle at the 35-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
2nd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the 1st down. So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers. And he's taken down at the 46-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
They go with the run, and he's taken down behind the line. Second down, 13 yards to go. Ball on the 42. They go to the left for a nice gain.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd down.
The crowd at this stadium always a factor in a football game. Fires it out. He's at the 40. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 39-yard line.
13 yards. 1st down.
From the 39-yard line. 1st down. Looks middle. Got his back. They'll bring him down around the 34-yard line.
Gaining 5 on the play. That brings him 2nd and 5.
We've got a 2nd and 5. Ball on the 34-yard line. And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
What is going on with his defense? I mean, don't get me wrong. The offense is doing a nice job with 1st downs, and they're executing well. But the defense is just letting them maintain possession and move the ball right down the field. They've got to try to change things up with their scheme. Be more aggressive, attack, do some things to change it up, take some risks.
On the delay, and he's brought down immediately.
No gain. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 29.
Down. Keep the Mike. Watch Mike.
He's tackled at the 26.
Gain of 3 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Tenth play of the drive.
Time right. Go down.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. And down he goes at the 15-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
From the 15-yard line. First down. Runs outside for a nice gain.
Gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
And this is the 12th play of the drive. Quick throw in the end zone, touchdown. And he tacks on the extra point. Clemson lines up for the kickoff. Nice kick, plenty of distance. He's to the 10. He's to the 20. At the 30. Across midfield. Knocked out of bounds. Around the 37-yard line. Florida State's the higher-ranked team, and it's showing up right now.
I think it just took them a half to kind of get things going. They were a little sloppy early in this game. They've settled down now, and this is the team we expected to see.
They're set to go for another round.
Kill.
5 wide. That's a great tackle at the 48.
That is a loss of 11 yards on the play. That'll make it 2nd and long.
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long. Florida State is up 4. Delivers to the halfback on the screen. And they make the stop around the 45-yard line. An offensive showcase through 3 quarters. Will either team slow down in the final stanza? The Seminoles lead it by 4. Great 3 quarters of action, tight ball game, and now it's the 4th quarter, and this will decide it. You've got to wonder here early in the 4th quarter if that stop and a play like that might be the momentum swing this team needs to win it. 4th and long here after the sack. Holt back to return it. Talk about a booming punt. My goodness.
Again, it's about stressing special teams. That is why a lot of head coaches usually run these units. It's because field position is just so important in the game.
This is a pretty crucial series right here with things being so tight. Your best players have to step it up on both sides of the ball. Tackle made around the 3-yard line. 3-yard gain by the running back.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Second down. They've got their backs against the wall. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. Nice run up the middle. Gibbs picks up about 4 yards on the play.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
Man left, man left.
You expect this every time you're here, and you're never disappointed. This crowd is amazing. He throws left. Oh, he had a shot at the pick.
Is the intended receiver on the ball. That brings up 4th and 3.
Robinson is waiting for the snap. He really got a hold of that one. Anthony fields at the 48. Oh, man, he took him down hard.
You know what? It might not have been a lot, but they moved the ball forward. Football's not a game won 100 yards at a time. You take what you can get.
Things aren't tied, but they might as well be. It's this drive that could really dictate the tone for the last quarter. Florida State holds a 4-point lead. Brought down at about the 25-yard line. From the 25-yard line, it's 1st down. Here's the give. Robinson comes away with 5 yards on the carry.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
They get nice yardage on that run. Robinson gains about 4 yards on the play.
That'll make it 3rd and 1.
It's 3rd down, and this offense is about 3 feet away from that 1st down marker.
Let's go, let's go.
Tackled after a decent pickup.
The offense here picks up a 1st down by running the football, and I really think that they gave the quarterback there an option at the line of scrimmage to run or to pass, depending on what he saw from the defense. The defense that time looked to be out of position. I think they were anticipating a pass. Quarterback recognized that, made the check at the line, and they were able to run the football for a 1st down.
And he's tackled around the 9-yard line.
Gain of 1 yard. That brings up 2nd and goal.
It's 2nd and goal. 9 yards to the goal line.
Let's go, let's go.
Florida State is up by 4. They'll get him for a loss.
Robinson's the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 3rd and goal.
Great pressure on the quarterback forced that incompletion.
Boy, they really pounded him on that throw.
That brings us 4th and goal.
It's 4th down. This isn't much more than an extra point. Kicks away, and they tack on 3 points. Let's check in with Reese Davis in the studio.
The Hokies had the final spot in the poll at number 25. Unfortunately, that didn't last long. This one was tight.
The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He sends this one deep. He's to the 20. They'll bring him down at the 21. You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. Nice run there. Gibbs picks up 5 with the carry.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Ball on the 26-yard line. Sheds that one.
You talk about a dual threat guy. This guy can hurt you in the air or on the ground.
First down.
Less than 3 minutes in the game. He's taken down around the 30-yard line.
You know, I think that time, Brad, the defense tipped their hand with the blitz. You could really see the blitz was coming, and when an offense at this level knows that there's pressure coming, they can make the proper adjustments and then put those wide receivers in one-on-one opportunities against the defense. And when you blitz, you're really leaving yourself vulnerable to a big play against a good offense.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
From the 30-yard line, it's 2nd down. Tackled around the 28-yard line. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
And that was the sophomore linebacker there who was able to get in and make that tackle.
Listen to this place. Fires quickly, and he's got his man. And he's hit before he can go anywhere. So it's 4th down, and the offense is still on the field. Wow, you just got to love it for this defense. They come up with the stop of the ball game and maybe the season. The offense couldn't convert, and that's going to cost them the possession. Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. And he's tackled after positive yardage. Robinson gained 7 yards on that play. The Tigers taking their first time out of the half. They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down. Just over a minute in the 4th quarter. He fights forward to about the 30. Picked up a yard of anything on that run. The Tigers use their 2nd timeout. Level to 39-yard line.
I like how efficient the offense looked on that play. Everybody knew their assignment, and it all came together for a nice run.
From their own 39-yard line. First down. They try him again, and this time they've got him in the backfield.
That's a loss of 3 yards on the play. That brings up 2nd and 13.
Takes the ball right. Decent run here, right side. They'll line it up again on 3rd down. He's at midfield. And he's shoved out of bounds around the 41-yard line. Florida State is up 7. Here's the toss. Nothing doing.
Loss of yards on the play. That'll bring up second and 15.
Another give, and he's going to be wrestled down for a loss. So this one goes final. A hard-fought, close game. Florida State 45, Clemson 38. Let's get Kirk Herbstreit's final thoughts on this one. Herbie, what do you got for us?
Well, they can breathe a big sigh of relief now. Things weren't always looking so sure today. They could have been looking at a pretty big letdown. Florida State got a much tougher game than they were expecting. But any good team has to be able to win the close ones too, not just the blowouts.
That does it for this edition of NCAA Football 14. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long.